She swallows the apple, sealing a blood debt that will ruin both families. Huang Mai trembles, her hand shaking as she hides the fruit. Kim Cheol watches, eyes wide, then turns away. The whole class whispers, wondering what secret they just witnessed. The apple's curse now hangs over Mai's future.
Mike.
The curse will soon force Cheol to choose a side. Mai and Cheol sit side by side in the empty hallway. They stare at each other, neither speaking. Their classmates pass by, glancing, whispering rumors about a couple. The tension builds as they both avoid eye contact, pretending to be busy with books. Their silent standoff draws louder gossip from the surrounding students. Amid the debris, a lone notebook falls open, revealing a single scribbled word, "Ah." The simple mark catches Mai's eye, hinting at a coded clue left by someone watching. This matters because it may be the key to the apple's curse or the tall girl's motive. The mystery deepens as the chapter turns. A passing student mentions sand sports while glancing at the tall girl, then adds, "She's not the rebellious type." The comment reveals that the newcomer is actually a disciplined athlete, not a troublemaker. This matters because it reshapes how Mai perceives the threat. If you want more daily recaps, hit that subscribe button now. The tall girl's true purpose still hides.
Cheol slams the locker, but it won't close. A stray notebook falls out, landing on the floor. Mai bends to pick it up, noticing a doodle of a tall girl's silhouette on the cover. She flips the page, sees WW scribbled in the margin. The mystery note hints at a secret plan involving the tall girl. This could expose who's pulling the strings behind their school drama. The doodle draws Mai's sharp stare. The notebook's owner, the boy living next door, appears in the hallway. He's Kim Cheol's younger brother, Kim Jun, holding the same notebook. He explains he found it near their apartment and thought it belonged to Mai.
A sudden whoosh rushes past, followed by a sharp question, "What's that sound?" Everyone freezes, ears straining. A distant voice calls out, "100 honey," half laughing, half urgent, as if someone is racing. The hallway lights flicker, casting brief shadows over the stones. Mai's heart pounds. She feels the pulse grow stronger. Cheol finally moves, stepping toward the triangle, his expression hardening. June clutches the notebook tighter, as if it might protect them. Cheol's approach signals that the mystery is about to unfold. The hallway erupts as a frantic voice shouts, "Acher! She's starting again!" The sound spikes, and everyone turns toward the source. Kim Cheol flinches, eyes wide, as the scream echoes off the lockers.
A stone on the desk glints and a faint word, "carrot," appears etched into its surface. The stone's glow intensifies as the hallway noise rises, hinting that the artifact reacts to the student's stress. This suggests the stone may be a hidden monitor of their emotions. The stone's pulse now mirrors the hallway's chaos, and someone may try to use it. Kim Cheol steps aside, pulls a younger student close and says, "Let's talk for a minute, Safaris." He leads the kid to a quiet corner, away from the bustling crowd. This private talk hints Cheol wants to resolve a brewing misunderstanding before it explodes.
Let's talk for a minute. Safaris!
Mai shouts, "Yeah," as she flips through a comic. She then tells a friend that comics are fun because they don't copy reality. The comment highlights her desire to escape school pressure by diving into fantasy. It matters because it shows she's using comics as a coping tool. This escapism will be tested when the transfer student arrives. A flashback shows Mai as a child playing in the neighborhood. Stars sparkle above her as she runs with other kids. The scene establishes that she grew up surrounded by friends and a lively community. It matters because those bonds will later be strained by rumors about her and Cheol. Those childhood ties soon face a sudden goodbye. Later that afternoon, Mai sits on her front steps, watching the neighborhood kids play. A neighbor mentions that Mai will never leave this block because her family can't afford to move. The comment hits Mai hard, confirming that her planned departure is impossible. She realizes she's trapped in the same gossip-filled streets, forced to face Cheol daily. This restriction deepens her frustration and fear of being labeled a couple forever. The next scene shows Cheol confronting Mai about staying. The school announcement board flashes a notice about the nationwide standardization of high schools. It explains that all students must now apply to a single competitive track, eliminating special programs. Mai says goodbye to her dad at the door. He works weekends, so she worries he'll miss her study sessions. He tells her to bring home plain fried chicken instead of spicy, promising a simple meal. Mai nods, grateful for the small comfort. The exchange shows her family's modest support amid the looming exam crisis. Her dad's calm encouragement hints at a secret he might share later. A peer scolds Mai, telling her to stop daydreaming and focus on studying. The same voice warns her that moving houses won't solve money problems or hair issues. Mai rolls her eyes, realizing the criticism comes from someone who also fears the exam.
Mai tells a friend she's from Baekje Middle School and that she just signed up for a cram school to catch up. The enrollment means extra classes after school, adding more hours of prep. This step could give her the edge needed for the national mock exams. The cram school's first lesson looms, and the teacher hands out a massive stack of practice papers. Huang Mai sees her next-door neighbor, Lee Yunhui, standing by the hallway locker. She gasps, thinking he might be her first love. Lee looks surprised, his bangs slightly messy, and asks if she cut them. Mai blushes, embarrassed that everyone's watching. Mai pushes open the staff room door and finds it unusually quiet. A stack of papers sits on the teacher's desk, and the fluorescent lights flicker. She spots Cheol already there, tapping his pen on the desk, looking up briefly before returning to his notes. The quiet atmosphere lets them avoid the noisy rumors for a moment, but the tension remains palpable. Their brief eye contact hints that something unsaid is about to surface. Cheol leans forward and says, "I told you to walk normally, dear." He points at Mai's shuffling steps, mimicking a deer's gait. Mai rolls her eyes, annoyed by his teasing, but she forces a half-smile to keep the peace. Lee Hae-jin steps into the locker room, pulls a fresh school uniform off the rack, and slips it on. The fabric snaps into place with a sharp clack. He looks at himself, smirks, and lets out a short, "Ha!" The perfect fit boosts his confidence for the day's training. This confidence will be tested when the new transfer students arrive. A low mechanical where echoes from the hallway speaker as the school's intercom flashes was 0001. No one reacts yet, but the strange code hints at an incoming announcement. The intercom's message will soon draw everyone's attention. The tall girl blinks, murmurs, "Oh." She turns toward the crowd, eyes scanning the rushed students. A sudden hush falls as everyone waits for her next move. Her brief pause signals she's about to make a critical decision about joining the group. Her next words could change the balance of the incoming trainees. The tall girl finally speaks, whispering, "Ism." Professor Kwan's half-spoken decree forces the hallway doors to slam shut, just as Hae-jin, Mai, and a mysterious tall newcomer race to breach the barrier, igniting a chaotic scramble for the transfer students. Mai clutches her cheat sheet, fearing exposure, while Hae-jin feels the weight of leadership, and the tall girl's cryptic whisper threatens to shatter the fragile trust binding the students together. Kim Cheol's furrowed stare on the whispered, "It's him," leaves the transfer plan hanging, while the unseen force behind the doors promises a showdown that could rewrite every alliance in the school. For those who want the full picture, not just the highlights, subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Screeching brakes echo as a rusted truck rolls into a sun-drenched 1993 countryside. Dust swirls, revealing a lone farmhouse surrounded by fields. The summer heat presses on the cracked road. A girl in a faded school uniform steps out, eyes wide at the new arrival. The village feels the shift before anyone says a word. The tension spikes, promising a clash that will change everything. Something about the newcomer's reputation already rattles the locals. Mia Huang, 10, spots the mysterious transfer boy standing by the porch. She rushes forward, arms out, shouting a greeting. She introduces herself, hoping to break the ice. The boy nods stiffly and replies, offering a tentative "let's be friends." You feel Mia's frustration as she blurts out a chaotic list of places. Valley, beach, cornfields. Trying to convince the boy she'd rather be anywhere but here. She grabs his arm, points at the cornfields, then backs off, pleading for a future beach trip. The boy comforts her, promising next year's beach outing. This promise gives her a glimmer of hope.
We'll go to the beach next year, promise. Stop crying, alright.
The promise sets up a test of trust between them. Mia sniffs, wiping at her nose, while the boy watches her small struggle. He realizes their families are pinching money for lodging, so a cheap beach trip next year sounds realistic.
The next two scenes show an empty corridor and a close-up of the school's bulletin board. The board lists club activities, all untouched by the rumor. The hallway feels quiet, contrasting the earlier chatter. The silence hints that something big is about to break in. The calm sets the stage for Mia's first encounter with the mysterious boy. Mia spots a name tag on a locker, Lucifer. She reads it aloud, surprised. The nickname sticks in her mind, echoing the scary stories she's heard. She whispers the name to herself, trying to process how a kid could earn such a label.
Lucifer?
Now she must decide whether to approach him or stay away. The boy bows politely, then comments, "You've gotten big." He gestures at Mia's growth since last year. The bow shows respect, but the comment hints at his lingering interest in her. This small exchange sets the tone for future interactions, hinting that Lucifer will not stay a silent stranger. "You've grown a lot." Their uneasy friendship begins as the school's whispers grow louder. Mai's cheeks flame as the hallway erupts. They're a couple. The rumor slams into Cheol like a punch. He bolts, ducking into lockers, eyes darting for an escape route.
Mai stalks the hallway, cheeks flaming as whispers crown her couple with Cheol, whose eyes dart like a cornered rat. He bolts, slamming his locker, and she catches his trembling hand. "You think you're the only one cursed," he hisses. Before she can answer, a shadowy figure lingers by the stairwell, the new level jerk returning to rewrite their fate. Jean darts into the dim hallway, clutching a crumpled note that reads, "Meet me at the roof." He slides the key into the rusted lock, hears the wind howl above the school gym, and spots a silhouette perched on the edge. Before he can call out, the figure drops a flash drive, whispering, "The council's secrets start here."
The new boy's previous school had a big misunderstanding, so they transferred him out. The teachers think moving him will solve the problem. Mia hears this and decides she won't treat him like a stranger. She resolves to be kind, hoping it will ease his isolation. This matters because her attitude could change how the whole class accepts him. Mia's next move will test whether her kindness reaches the new boy. The boy suddenly declares he wants a swivel chair. He asks someone to buy it for him, demanding the comfort he never had before. This matters because his request shows he's trying to claim a small piece of normal life in a strange place.
A voice shouts, "Hey!" from the doorway. The speaker points at a younger child and asks, "You're MEAE, right?" The child looks confused, then nods slowly. This exchange forces the newcomer to reveal his connection to the child, tying the two families together.
You're MEAE, right?
Their conversation will pull the mysterious transfer student into the town's gossip. The older teen introduces himself, saying, "Remember me? Sunjong Kim, college student." He adds, "Of the countryside family." Oh, the child's eyes widen, remembering a brief encounter from before. This reminder links past events to the present, hinting that old secrets may resurface. Sunjong Kim's return hints at a hidden agenda waiting to unfold. One friend shouts a nonsense chant, "Boom shaka boom Inoki 301 I shaka fire," while waving a hand-drawn fan. The others echo the ridiculous phrase, giggling at the absurdity. The chant lightens the mood even more, showing how the kids bond over silly internet slang. Their laughter fades as a new topic surfaces. Mia watches a short video titled, "Forever Kia, Boys, Up," on her phone. She smiles at the goofy dance moves but quickly shrugs it off, remembering she isn't that interested in the endless stream of boy-focused content. Her disinterest hints she's focused on something else, like her studies. Soon she shifts her attention to a different screen.
Later, Mia watches planes fly overhead and stops counting them, distracted by the lingering rumors. She puts the book down, realizing she can't ignore the strange atmosphere any longer. This decision pushes her toward confronting the transfer student. Mia Huang opens her new textbooks and notebooks, flips to social studies, and starts studying again. She pauses, bites an apple, and flinches as a memory of the transfer student flashes in her mind. The apple bite shows she's staying normal despite nervous thoughts. This moment shows her coping with the strange new environment.
Mia, keep studying. Apples help focus.
Her focus will soon be tested by an unexpected interruption. The scene shows Mia rushing through hallways, juggling books, and bumping into classmates. She drops a notebook, picks it up quickly, and hurries away. These visual actions reinforce her frantic daily routine and the chaos surrounding her. Next, the transfer student's reputation starts to spread. Mia runs non-stop, trying to attend every club meeting, study session, and family chore. She stomps downstairs, slams doors, and races past lockers. Her non-stop motion demonstrates how she's stretched thin and how little energy she has left to notice the newcomer. The constant hustle pushes her toward a breaking point. Mia finally stops in the hallway, panting, and looks around. She realizes she can't keep moving forever. A sharp electronic beep sounds. The sound comes from a hidden device in the hallway. Mia Huang hears it and freezes, realizing someone is monitoring the school. The beep signals that the mysterious transfer student has activated his tracker, forcing Mia to stay alert. The tracker signal will pull the newcomer into the next hallway. A chalkboard flashes the numbers. The school's intercom crackles, and a teacher's voice drones. "Everything in our house is old and workout. Ethics thanks everyone for waiting. Please welcome the Fire Boys." The announcement forces the students to gather in the auditorium, where the new transfer student is expected to appear. This gathering sets the stage for Mia's first forced encounter. The hallway clock flips to, as the bell rings for the next period. The sound echoes through the empty corridors, marking the start of a free period. Students rush out, but a few linger, glancing nervously toward the empty classroom where the transfer student was supposed to sit. The timing underscores the pause before the next big reveal. The empty seat may soon be filled with something unexpected. A single, shaky voice mutters, "I" in the empty classroom, echoing off the walls. It turns out to be the transfer student, whispering his own name for the first time, trying to introduce himself despite the tension.
Mia rushes to the bedroom and sees the dresser knocked over. She cries, "What the hell? Not there." What happened to the dresser? It hurts. The old wooden piece creaks and collapses, startling her. The broken furniture reveals the house is in disarray, hinting that a violent incident may have occurred inside. She now inspects the mess for clues about the unknown intruder. While examining the ruined dresser, a sudden clunk echoes, followed by a flash of old photos and a burst of music from a hidden speaker. How did you do this? Mia gasps, startled by the strange display. The unexpected audiovisual surprise suggests someone is manipulating the house's old tech, possibly the new transfer student.
Lee Hae-jin Sprint writes a cryptic note on the back of his textbook, then darts through the hallway as Kim Se-ryeon calls his name over the intercom. He slides the paper into the locker beside the row of buzzing vending machines, hoping the hidden code reaches Yoon De-hee before Choi Min-ho's surveillance drones sweep the floor. The faint thrum of the security system intensifies.
Mom shouts at Mia, telling her to take out the trash and walk the family dog, Moon. Mia mutters that Mom is being mean and sighs. She then pulls out the money she saved from her allowance and says she bought something with it.
The swivel chair stops, but the boy's gaze stays fixed on a large loom hanging on the wall. He reaches out, fingers brushing the rough fibers, then pulls back quickly. The loom sways slightly, casting shifting shadows across the room. Mia feels a chill as the fabric seems to whisper. His touch on the loom suggests he's searching for something hidden in the old school's history. The loom's shadow deepens, foreshadowing a secret about to surface. The boy murmurs Thursday under his breath, a low sound that echoes off the lockers. He looks around, eyes darting to the far corner where a cracked window lets in a cold breeze. Sun Jong steps into the hallway, clutching a tiny notebook. She looks around, eyes wide, as other students glance at her. Her nervous posture shows she's new here. The moment draws attention because she might be the Lucifer rumor source. The hallway quiets as Sun Jong stands alone. Mia Huang shouts, "Why isn't he leaving? It's my chance to see the swivel chair woof." She points at the empty seat beside the teacher's desk, hoping the new boy will sit there. Her outburst forces the class to notice the empty chair and the newcomer's hesitation.
Why isn't he leaving? It's my chance to see the swivel chair, woof.
Everyone now watches the boy's next move. Mia hurries to her room, clutching the note. She tells her mom about the mysterious boy, but her mom brushes it off as a harmless crush. Mia's mom warns her not to get involved with strangers. Determined, Mia hides the note under her pillow, planning to go to the tree later. This secret plan could spark the first real clash between her and the newcomer. The afternoon meeting at the tree will test both their courage.
Mia thrusts a handmade apple toward the hooded transfer boy, who clutches it, scribbles a secret meeting note, and vanishes behind the creaking door, sparking a covert pact. Mia feels her heart explode with curiosity, risking her mother's warning and her own safety for a glimpse of the enigmatic stranger, while the boy's trembling hand hints at hidden desperation. The note promises a clandestine rendezvous under the old tree, leaving Mia teetering between youthful infatuation and looming danger as unseen forces gather around the transfer student's mysterious past. The author left a massive clue for the next arc. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari, so you don't miss the breakdown.
She snatches his kiss as the final bell shatters the hallway. The title, After School Lessons for Unripe Apples, flashes above the chaos. Mai rushes into the new classroom, heart pounding. Cheol follows, eyes darting for an empty seat. The teacher waves a hand, demanding a random seat draw. Everyone scrambles, whispering rumors about the towering transfer student called Moon. The draw will force Mai and Cheol to sit side by side, sparking the class's gossip engine. We're stuck together now. The draw's result will put Mai face to face with Moon's dark past. Mai steps to the front row, clutching her bag. Cheol slips into the second row, trying to avoid eye contact. A voice, barely audible, asks, "Who are you?" toward Moon, confused by his sudden appearance. Moon glances briefly at the speaker, then returns his gaze to Mai, his eyes unreadable. The class murmurs, some students giggling nervously, others staying silent. The tension spikes as Moon's mysterious past looms larger. Moon's silence suggests he's hiding something crucial about his past school. The room erupts as a student shouts, "Moon! Woof!" Again, the shout triggers a cascade of startled gasps and a few kids yelling, "Ack! Sprint!" as they scramble to their seats. Papers flutter, chairs scrape, and Moon remains unmoved, still seated beside Mai. The chaos underscores how fragile the class's calm has become. Mai forces herself to speak, saying, "Hi, it's been a while. You should at least say hi. Long time, hasn't it?" She then adds, "You're really tall. Remember me?" She tries to break the awkward silence. This forces Moon to confront their past connection. Moon's answer could change their uneasy truce. Mai winces, saying, "My neck hurts." "I know you. Are you on trash duty too?" She glances at the scattered trash, hoping for a shared task. Moon pauses, caught off guard by her blunt question. His reply will decide if they'll cooperate or clash. Moon's next move may pull him into the cleanup. Moon grabs a piece of trash, lifts it, and swiftly snatches it from the floor. He tosses it into the bin with a sharp motion, startling the class. The act demonstrates his sudden willingness to act, breaking his earlier aloofness. It raises the question of whether Moon will continue to involve himself in Mai's problems. The next beat may reveal why Moon chose to help now. Mai tries to steady herself after the trash toss. She wipes sweat from her forehead, eyes still on Moon. Moon watches her, his expression unreadable. The class murmurs, wondering if the incident will end. Mai's nervousness spikes, showing she's still on edge. Moon fixes his stare on Mai, his eyes narrowing. He holds a hard look that says he won't let anyone question him. The glare warns that Moon is ready to fight back if challenged. That stare sets up a showdown when Mai pushes further. Mai shouts at Moon, demanding why he acted so recklessly and if he thinks a lesson will teach him. Moon snaps back, mocking her with a huff, calling her a little pest. Their exchange shows Mai's frustration and Moon's defiance, escalating their conflict. You stare at Moon's massive silhouette and wonder if this is really how he looks. Mai watches him from the hallway, eyes wide. Moon grunts as he turns a corner, his shoulders brushing lockers. The sight shocks Mai. She realizes Moon isn't just tall, he's intimidating. This forces her to decide whether to keep avoiding him or face the danger. Moon's next step could push Mai into a direct clash. The classroom door closes. Kim Cheol leans against the wall, eyes half closed, and starts to snore. His sudden sleep catches the other students off guard, breaking the tense silence. Cheol's nap shows he's trying to escape the awkwardness around Mai. Students shuffle into their seats, the room buzzing with nervous energy. Moon strides down the aisle, his gaze sweeping the row where Mai and Cheol sit. He stops, taps his notebook, and draws 2 star symbols beside his name. The stars flash briefly, catching Mai's attention. She feels a chill, sensing that Moon is marking something important. The star marks signal a covert task that will soon involve the whole class. Mai whispers just it to herself, trying to steady her nerves. She clutches the mysterious note, eyes fixed on Moon's starred notebook. Cheol glances at her, unsure whether to intervene or stay silent. The bell rings, signaling the start of lessons, but the tension remains thick. The same voice continues, now whispering about a perfect husband and an icehouse future. Kim Cheol mutters the wish under his breath, hoping Mai will fall for his ideal. This matters because Cheol's fantasies reveal his obsession with controlling Mai's destiny. The whisper catches Moon's attention, hinting he may intervene. A sudden, loud shum echoes as the classroom door slams open. Moon strides in, towering over everyone, his presence silencing the murmurs. This matters because Moon's arrival forces the class to confront the new power dynamic and threatens Cheol's dominance. Moon's stare settles on Mai, promising trouble. The teacher announces a school-wide lottery, displaying the words Korea and winning the lottery on the board. The warning bell rings again. Its sound sharp and urgent. A banner reads, Baekjae Middle School. Students sprint to their seats as the bell forces them into order. The frantic rush shows how the school's strict schedule controls their movements, leaving little time for Mai to avoid Cheol. As they settle, the teacher prepares to announce the dreaded classroom lottery. Hwang Mai steps onto the track alone. She lines up for the meter dash. No one else joins her, so she becomes the only runner. She bursts forward, her legs pumping hard. The crowd watches her sprint, surprised that she isn't scared of the sudden attention.
A concealed scene on the wall flashes turn, and a hidden mechanism whirs to life. The scene then erupts with a loud boom. The blast rattles the lockers and sends a spray of dust across the floor. The sudden explosion startles everyone, proving someone has rigged the hallway with traps. The chaos hints that Moon's reputation isn't just talk. Hwang Mai ducks as another hidden trigger clicks, turn, and another boom detonates farther down the corridor. The second blast shatters a glass case, scattering textbooks. Students scream and scramble for safety. The repeated explosions confirm a coordinated sabotage, not an accident. The pattern suggests the perpetrator is still waiting to strike again.
Hwang Mai looks at the random seat draw board. She sees a blank spot where her name should be and blinks. Huh? She asks aloud, her voice echoing down the hallway. The question draws a few nervous glances from nearby students. It shows Mai's uncertainty about where she'll end up and hints that the seating could force her next to Moon. Huh? The next draw could put her right beside the dreaded transfer. Kim Cheol steps forward and grabs a marker. He quickly writes the number on the board beside his name, confirming his assigned seat. The number places him directly opposite Mai's spot, forcing the two to share a desk.
A soft plop sounds as a loose notebook lands on the floor near Moon's shoes. Moon bends to pick it up, his towering frame looming over the desk. The simple act draws a brief stare from Mai, who wonders if Moon will notice her trembling. The notebook's fall adds another awkward moment that could spark a confrontation. Moon's attention now lingers on Mai. A panicked voice bursts out. We're screwed. Why is Hein out, class? The comment comes from a classmate noticing the teacher's sudden arrival, hinting that the lesson will be harder than expected. The remark spreads unease, showing the class's fear of being outmatched by the new teacher.
Murmurs ripple through the room as students glance at their lots. Some whisper excitedly, others look down, looking depressed. A few exchange nervous glances, fearing the role they might get. The atmosphere stays uneasy, showing that the class is already on edge before the lot draw. Their reactions set the tone for the impending selection. A heavy thud echoes across the classroom. A desk jolts forward, hitting the floor with a loud clang. The sudden noise startles the students, causing a brief pause in the lot handing. The disruption hints that something will go wrong during the draw, adding pressure to the already tense situation. Ms. Kim points at the seating chart and announces, "Number, Mai Huang." She then rattles off a bizarre fact. Cheol and Mai debuted in December 1992. Their 1993 debut song became a nationwide hit, and their loofah dance turned into a national sensation. The odd history distracts the class and gives Cheol a chance to change his seat. This odd trivia could shift the lottery's outcome. The next draw will decide who sits next to Mai. A close-up shows the new phone's sleek metal body glinting under the lab lights. Huang Mai reaches out, fingers hovering over the side button. Kim Cheol watches, eyebrows raised, as the device emits a soft wipe-wipe sound.
Miss Kim confronts Kim Cheol and Huang Mai, exposing their fabricated identities and demanding they reveal the truth while brand new. Sleek tech glints ominously on the lab table. Cheol and Mai feel their secret scheme crumble, fearing exposure and the loss of their carefully constructed double lives, while the mysterious phone hints at a hidden advantage they desperately need. The teacher's accusation hangs in the air as the device flashes a cryptic warning, leaving the duo's fate and the phone's true purpose dangerously unresolved. When the anime adaptation gets announced, you'll already know the whole story. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
Our class of future idols just turned love into a lethal lesson. Cheol Kim steps up at the front of the room, eyes scanning the chatter. She points at Cheol Kim, the new transfer, and announces a surprise after-school activity. The students gasp, already buzzing with rumors about the duo's legacy. The teacher nods, pretending to support the chaos. This forced spotlight pushes Cheol Kim into the center of the class's teasing game.
I'm not here for a show.
The classmates already start planning the next cruel lesson. The next two scenes show the class splitting into groups, each whispering and pointing at Cheol Kim and Mai. The camera pans across the hallway. Cheol Kim slams his fists into his pockets, eyes narrowed. Mai bites her lip, shoulders hunched. Other students form tight circles, whispering about the Lucifer Kid. The visual tension shows the rumor spreading, hinting that danger lurks beyond the classroom. This builds anticipation for a hidden threat to surface. The schoolyard lights flicker as a shadow passes by the fence. A scarred figure, barely visible, watches the laughing crowd from a distance. No one notices, but the figure's gaze locks onto Cheol Kim. This silent observation suggests the Lucifer Kid may intervene, raising the stakes for the next after-school lesson. The scarred watcher steps closer, ready to make his move.
A sudden shout erupts. RRG, explode. The noise comes from a boy in the back who pretends the dance sparked a fire. He flails his arms, trying to upstage Mai. His over-the-top reaction adds chaos, drawing the teacher's attention and tightening the class's hostile atmosphere. It shows how quickly the game spirals out of control. The tension spikes when someone finally loses their temper. A frantic voice cracks. "Stop that! Stop making fun of me. I don't like it. I really hate it. Arg. It's Mai." Tears welling as the classmates mock her moves. The outburst draws a shocked silence, then a few snickers.
The teacher snaps, "Everyone be quiet. Cheol and Mai, sit down." The two obey, sitting rigidly. Another student mutters, "It's old-fashioned to talk about Cheol and Mai like they're from the turn of the century." The comment hints at the legacy tied to their families. The scarred Lucifer Kid watches from the hallway, unseen. Mai and Cheol sit together, staring at the old class photo. They point to a kid in the picture and both whisper that the scene was a big memory from their childhood. The memory links them to the famous duo their families once owned. It matters because it explains why the other students obsess over the old singers.
The hallway erupts as Kim Cheol, cheeks flushed, darts past Hwang Mai while a chorus of snickering kids chant the deadbeat pop duo's name. A teacher grins, thrusting a busted speaker into Cheol's hands, demanding a dance selection that twists every footstep into humiliation. Beneath the laughter, whispers about the scarred Lucifer kid ripple, darkening the jeers. Haewon slams his palm on the cracked desk, shattering the silence as the metronome sputters out of sync. Min Seo darts forward, snatching a hidden transmitter from Professor Han's cluttered shelf and slides it into his palm. Signals live, he whispers, eyes flicking to Junhee, who sharpens a pair of silver-edged drumsticks like blades.
The classroom lights flicker briefly. Everyone freezes, eyes darting to the front. The teacher's hand hovers over the chalkboard, then drops silently. A low murmur spreads as students exchange uneasy glances. The sudden pause heightens the tension before the next instruction. Something about the Lucifer kid looms in the background. Mia Huang steps forward, clutching her notebook. She bumps into a nearby desk, causing a spring-loaded chair to jolt. The chair's sudden motion makes a classmate flinch, eyes wide. The flinch draws a snicker from a few students, escalating the awkward atmosphere. The teasing soon turns into a forced performance. The teacher pushes a small wooden slide across the desk, tapping it rhythmically.
A lanky boy bursts through the door, towering over the desks. "Whoa, he's way too big." A whisper spreads, eyes widening at his massive frame. The newcomer's presence dwarfs the students, causing a ripple of nervous laughter and nervous glances. The class wonders if he's the rumored Lucifer kid. The giant's arrival could change the cruel game they're forced to play. The giant student steps forward, his shadow covering the scoreboard. He lifts a hand, silencing the giggling crowd with a single, heavy breath. The teacher freezes, unsure how to proceed. The room holds its breath, waiting for the next move. The teacher's next order will decide if the lesson ends or spirals into chaos. The seniors point at the first-year students, giggling as they gather around. One senior remarks that a certain SJ in SIP looks cool, drawing a few snickers. The comment fuels petty bragging and reinforces the hierarchy among the pupils. It shows how quickly the older kids mock newcomers, building tension for the upcoming ritual. That sarcasm will soon turn into a forced performance. A teacher reminds everyone to help the new kids adjust, mentioning Cheol Kim's transfer last year. She notes Cheol stayed out of trouble but hints he caused a scene on his first day. The seniors then warn third-year students to focus on exams. The bell rings, and the students file out, still buzzing about karaoke and the scary neighbor. Cheol Kim lingers, eyes scanning the hallway for any sign of the scarred Lucifer kid. Mai follows, nervous but determined to stay close. The teachers watch from the doorway, their expressions unreadable. Their silent stare hints that the next after-school session will confront the mysterious scarred student directly. The impending encounter with the Lucifer kid looms large. The hallway door groans as it opens. Cheol Kim steps inside, eyes scanning the dim corridor. The old floorboards creak under his weight, echoing his nervous footsteps. He pauses, listening for any sign of the scarred Lucifer kid. The teacher announces a make-a-wish game, but the rules are twisted. Cheol is forced to the front and must perform a ridiculous dance while the class records his moves. Mai watches, embarrassed, as the duo's anger rises. The performance spirals into chaotic giggling, and Cheol's patience snaps. This public spectacle deepens the social hierarchy's cruelty. Rumors about the scarred Lucifer kid start spreading as the dance ends. A student mentions a lottery win, trying to distract the crowd, but the comment falls flat. Cheol, still seething, shoves the boy away, causing a loud thud. The teacher yells for order, but the room erupts in shouting.
Cheol looks up, eyes wide, and mutters, "Huh?" As the teacher's sudden shout echoes, the class freezes, waiting for the next command. The moment catches everyone off guard, showing how the chaos spikes with each new order.
Huh?
The teacher's next cue will force them into the absurd dance. A sudden rustle sweeps through the room as papers fly from a nearby desk. The sound startles Mai, who drops her notebook. The disturbance draws the whole class's attention, amplifying the humiliation they already feel. The chaos pushes the teacher to announce a new, stranger task. The teacher slaps a crumpled note on the board, demanding someone to read it aloud. The teacher erupts, shouting, "IHOO," and forces Cheol and Mai into a humiliating, synchronized dance while the class hurls chaotic laughter, turning the classroom into a frenzy of ridicule. Cheol feels his dignity shredded as Mai's embarrassment mirrors his own, each laugh stripping away any shred of confidence they once clung to. The teacher slams a crumpled note on the board, demanding Cheol retrieve its secrets, leaving the class waiting for the revelation that could expose a hidden scandal.
Blood is thicker than water, but revenge is sweeter. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry.
She slams the door as the hallway lights flicker, sealing the chaos. Sum bursts in, eyes wide, clutching a broken phone. Chot follows, dragging a wobbling swivel chair. The sudden noise draws everyone's stare. This mess could expose the hidden surveillance they've been avoiding. The broken phone might reveal who's been watching. Sum gasps, surprised, then points at the trash can. She shouts that the items inside are the ones from yesterday's mess. Chot grabs a discarded snack, saying it's not tacky at all. The trash holds clues about the secret exchange. Their discovery hints at who swapped the gifts. Sum inspects the chair, declares it looks sleek, not cheap.
The projected title fades, leaving a faint residue on the wall. Sum steps back, eyes wide, and points at the faint outline of a badge hidden behind the paint. Mar leans in, wipes the residue, and uncovers the badge's emblem, the Unripe Apples insignia. The badge confirms the school's secret mentorship link between seniors and freshmen. Mar pockets the badge, hoping it will give leverage later. This proof could be used to confront the program's overseers. Sung-hee's warning still echoes, and a rival showdown brews. The projection sputters, spelling out the single Chinese character Gan. Sum reads it aloud, guessing it means sweet or willing.
The group clusters around the desk. Cheol nudges the breaker toward Mai, while Sung-hee steps back, arms crossed. Cheol watches from the back, arms folded, eyes narrowed. Mai slams the phone harder, sparks flickering. The tension rises as everyone waits for the device to respond. This matters because the broken tech could reveal who's really monitoring them. Suddenly, Mai's outburst breaks the uneasy silence. Mai yells, "What? What the hell? Is it broken again? It's supposed to renew." She shakes the phone, shouting, "Kia, I didn't do anything. This phone's ridiculous." The odd symbols appear on the screen, adding to the confusion. Cheol flinches, unsure if the symbols are a code. Huang Mai leans in, humming while eyeing the snacks. She grabs a handful, then says snacks, snacks, RTF, as she shoves them into her mouth. The group munches, temporarily forgetting the breaker's threat. Their brief comfort masks the growing suspicion that someone, maybe Sheol, plans to use the footage against them. We eat, we survive. Sheol's smirk suggests she's already one step ahead. The group gathers around the broken breaker. Lee Junhee points at the blinking red light. Kim Cheol glances at the surveillance camera hidden in the ceiling. Hwang Mai frowns, noticing the recorder's red eye. The broken device hints the school is still watching them. This forces everyone to act fast before the staff notices. Another student, shouting bounce bounce wa ha ha ha, ha ha ha, mentions Sun Jong Kim, years old. Oh my god! The crowd erupts in more laughter, chanting ba ha 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 ha, Cheol and Mike. The chaotic chant mixes names and numbers, further embarrassing Cheol and Mai as the whole room joins in. The humiliation forces them to consider avoiding each other. Sun Jong Kim, 16. Ha ha ha. The teasing crowd threatens to isolate the pair. Cheol fumbles, whispering, ah. While Mai stares at a bag of shrimp-flavored chips, someone mutters, too. Grit. Sit next to each other? Shrimp flavor. Hwang Mai looks up as the class settles. Kim Cheol leans back, flashes a wide grin at her. The grin catches everyone's attention, breaking the awkward silence that followed the ice cream gift. Mai feels a flicker of hope that maybe Cheol isn't completely avoiding her. The moment hints that their forced couple label might shift toward something real. The next scene pushes them toward a direct promise. The camera pans across the cramped cram school room. Students shuffle papers, bite shrimp-flavored snacks, and glance at the broken phone on the desk. No one says a word, but the uneasy energy builds as everyone waits for the next move.
Harry snatches the glitchy note, reads "Wish you want Jody?" and holds it up. Kim Cheol snaps, "How dare you?" The group freezes, fearing the note is a trap. The cryptic text could be a warning from the secret admirer. This meaning may expose the rival's identity. Cheol's anger spikes, pushing him to confront the unknown sender. Kim Cheol lunges. "You want a piece of me?" Slap. Hwang Mai dodges, shouting, "Do you want to die?" Ah! The shouting match draws the whole class's eyes. Their public fight could ruin any chance of quiet investigation into the surveillance. It sets the stage for a showdown with the hidden rival.
A nearby student, Chot, points at the phone and blurts, "Hey, that boy, he's the Kim's son, right?" He glances at Cheol, trying to tease him about his family ties. The comment adds gossip pressure, making Cheol uncomfortable about his identity and his connection to the school's elite.
Hey, that boy, he's the Kim's son, right?
The rumor spreads just as the phone starts flashing. Hwang Mai mutters "one ma," while her eyes flicker over the screen. Then she adds, "Explain well's always been that way, but tremble tremble." She hints that the phone's glitch is linked to a long-standing surveillance setup. Her nervous whisper signals that the broken device may hold crucial evidence.
The scene ends with a repeated RTF from Mai, emphasizing her confusion and the lingering mystery of who delivered the chair and why. This unsettles her as she prepares to face the next reveal about the hidden surveillance system. RTF. Next, Mai confronts the mysterious Sheol, who's been hinted at in class. Kim Cheol pulls out a weird gadget and holds it up. He shouts, "Look at this, it's incredible." Hwang Mai leans in, eyes wide. The gadget lights up, flashing colors. Both stare, momentarily forgetting the awkward tension between them. The device hints at the school's hidden tech, something they'll need later. A sudden rustle echoes from the hallway. Mai turns her head, catching a quick glimpse of a shadow slipping past the lockers. The brief glance hints someone is already aware of their meeting. A hidden observer may be closing in. Cheol leans in, whispers, "Hey, do you know if?" and grimaces. A tiny squeak follows, like a mouse fleeing the room. The whispered question reveals his fear of being caught, while the squeak signals an unseen presence reacting.
Do you know if they're watching?
Their conversation now risks alerting the mystery watcher. The hallway falls silent. No one speaks after the squeak.
Cheol slams the broken breaker, flooding the hallway with flickering light that exposes a hidden surveillance feed and a shadowy figure slipping past the lockers. Mai feels the weight of betrayal crush her as the school's eyes watch every secret, while Cheol's desperation to stay unseen threatens to shatter the fragile trust they've built. The mysterious watcher remains unseen. The leaking feed still glows, and the ominous URL on the tablet promises a deeper conspiracy that could destroy them all.
There's no brakes on this hype train. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry.
He transfers in, only to discover the school feeds on unripe hearts. Cheol Kim, 16, arrives with a grim stare. Students whisper Lucifer as he walks past the lockers. The principal points him toward his new classroom, eyes cold. Cheol feels the weight of every stare, knowing this place will test him. I'm not here to make friends. Next, Cheol meets a classmate who might change his day. Cheol sits alone at his desk while the teacher launches a harsh mock exam drill. The room buzzes with nervous shuffling. A few kids snicker, then turn their backs. Cheol's pencil slips, cracking the paper. He clenches his fists, realizing nothing goes right lately.
Cheol storms the classroom, fists clenched as a gang of snickering seniors shoves him into a mock exam drill. Mai darts forward, slaps the shoe from his hand and whispers, "Remember the playground promise?" The teacher rattles off primary, secondary, tertiary, each word a silent jab at Cheol's misplaced role. A reluctant grin flickers. The first thread of an unlikely alliance twines between them.
You feel the pressure as Cheol, despite the bullying, opens his notebook and starts studying. He copies the teacher's notes on primary, secondary, and tertiary industries, his pen moving fast. This unexpected focus shows Cheol refuses to be crushed, hinting at hidden resolve. "I'll study. No one stops me."
The student raises a hand and says the laughter isn't because Cheol is funny. Another student asks if Cheol and Mia are sitting together. The question hangs in the room, hinting at gossip about their past. The exchange adds tension, making Cheol wonder why classmates stare. The rumor about their history begins to spread. A teacher mentions a famous dance her daughter used to perform for teachers. She jokes that if Cheol and Mia ever danced at the school festival, it would be incredible. The comment drips with sarcasm, implying the class sees them as a forced pair. The tease deepens the hazing vibe of the day. Their forced pairing may become a future conflict. The teacher launches into a long explanation about how sentences flow like living things, then warns the class not to ignore the lesson just because it won't appear on exams. He gestures toward the board, emphasizing the psychological angle. Cheol rolls his eyes, but the words stick, hinting at hidden pressures. Mia nods, taking notes, her expression determined. The warning hints that the upcoming mock exam will test more than knowledge. The mock exam drill is about to begin, and Cheol's forced spotlight looms. The teacher writes a sentence on the board and underlines it, saying sentences are like people. He explains that a sentence's idea is its personality and its meaning is its content. Mia leans forward, voice shaky. Are you okay? She fumbles, then adds, "Me so sorry. Neil, I didn't do it on purpose." She apologizes, trying to explain a mistake that just happened. Cheol Kim looks confused, wondering what she means by Neil. Her apology hints at a misunderstanding that could affect their fragile interaction. Are you okay? Me so sorry. Neil, I didn't do it on purpose. Cheol now questions Mia's sudden urgency. You feel the tension as Cheol Kim clutches his notebook, muttering, "Fumble, fumble, wait minute." He glances at Mia, then snaps, "I said, just go." He tells her to leave, trying to hide his embarrassment. Mia steps back, hurt but silent.
You hear the hallway buzz as Mia spots Cheol. Mia shouts, asking if he's free after school and why he's so fast, then suggests they all hang out. Cheol freezes, stammers, and stomps his foot, clearly uncomfortable. This moment shows Mia trying to break Cheol's isolation and his instinct to pull away. Do you have any spare time after school? Why are you so fast? Let's all hang out. Cheol Kim. Stomp stomp. Cheol's refusal sets up a chance for someone else to step in. Cheol walks to his locker, muttering, under his breath as a code for the class number. He then mutters, "What an jerk, damn it," huffing loudly. Cheol hears a faint whisper from behind the row of chairs. "You're?" The voice trails off, leaving him confused. He turns, sees no one, and the hallway noise drowns the fragment. The incomplete remark hints at someone watching him, adding an eerie sense of surveillance. Who is speak to Cheol and what will they say? A bulletin board flashes a number 1108, and the words "Flap Snatch" in bold lettering. Students glance at it, murmuring about a school event or code. Cheol reads it quickly, wondering if it relates to the earlier warning. The cryptic notice suggests a hidden agenda or upcoming challenge that could involve him directly. Cheol mulls over a chance to go somewhere unknown, hinted by a whispered rumor about a hidden room behind the school's old storage. He recalls that nothing in his 16 years has followed his plans. The thought of slipping away fuels a flicker of hope amid his bleak routine. He decides the possibility, however slim, is worth a try. The hidden room might hold the secret behind the after-school lessons. Cheol imagines a quiet escape, a single moment when everything could change without a scene. He visualizes a door opening to a free from bullying. Then a realtor's flyer flutters by, advertising a vacant lot near the school. After finishing their meal, Mia follows Cheol as he walks back to the school, still cleaning his desk. She lingers behind, watching his every move. Cheol turns, noticing her, and mutters "di" in frustration, realizing she's trailing him again. His annoyance shows he's trying to distance himself, but Mia's persistence keeps pulling him back. Their uneasy partnership could spark the next confrontation with the Unripe Apples program. Di. Cheol's next step leads him straight to the mysterious locker. You feel the sting of old memories when Mia grabs Cheol's arm. She leans in, eyes bright, and says they were practically family as kids. Cheol stiffens, remembering a time before the bullying started.
Mia tosses the shoe toward the trash bin, shouting, "Throw it away." She tries to force the issue, making Cheol look uneasy about discarding something that might matter. This heightens the tension around the shoe's significance. Throw it away. Cheol must choose whether to obey or keep the shoe for himself. Mia repeats, "Just throw it away," then adds, "And you?" cutting off as Cheol looks confused. Her insistence forces Cheol to confront his discomfort with the situation. This moment deepens their uneasy dynamic. "Just throw it away. And you?" The unfinished sentence hints that Mia has another plan involving Cheol. Mia thrusts the missing sneaker toward the trash, demanding Cheol discard it as the school bell rings, while he snatches the mysterious after-school lessons for Unripe Apples flyer. Cheol feels his grip on reality slipping, losing the chance to protect the shoe's secret while gaining a cryptic lifeline. His trust in Mia shatters and his anxiety about what lies ahead spikes. The flyer's half-written promise teases a hidden program, and Mia's vanished silhouette leaves Cheol questioning whether the shoe's disposal seals his fate or opens a darker lesson.
You're already watching. The next step is obvious. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry like the rest of the fans.
Kim Cheol glares at Hwang Mai as they walk down the hallway. He snaps, "Don't act like we're friends." Mai flinches, cheeks reddening, but says nothing. Their classmates whisper, pointing at the two, already labeling them a couple. The tension fuels the rumor mill, making their daily interactions a battlefield. The pressure forces Cheol to distance himself even more. "Don't act like we're friends." Next, the classroom buzzes with the title that everyone's already chanting. The scene shifts to the empty classroom. Desks sit in neat rows, sunlight slanting through dusty windows. Cheol slams his locker, scattering papers. Mai watches from the doorway, eyes wide, trying not to intervene. The silence hangs, heavy with unspoken accusations. In the empty hallway, Cheol stops abruptly and turns toward a locker labeled Lee. He pulls the door open, finds a stack of love letters addressed to his sister, all unsigned. He flips through them, his jaw tightening, then slams the locker shut and walks away, trying to hide the turmoil inside. The discovery adds pressure on his already fragile confidence. Mai wonders what else Cheol is keeping hidden. You feel the sting of a whispered question hanging in the air. Mai turns to Cheol, eyes wide, and asks, "What's wrong? Did you see something?" Cheol shakes his head, replies no, and looks away, refusing to share his thoughts. Cheol mentions his older sister, who is already in college but still acts childlike. Cheol reveals this while stacking boxes, and Mai listens, noticing the sister's behavior fuels his insecurity. This matters because it explains why Cheol pushes people away and reacts sharply to teasing. Mai wonders if the sister will appear before they finish cleaning. The room fills with the sound of a sudden, sharp cough from the dusty shelf, and a stray notebook falls open, showing a scribbled name. No one speaks. The falling notebook forces Cheol to pick it up, reminding him of hidden memories they both avoid. This matters because the notebook could contain proof of their rumored relationship.
The teacher announces a cleaning duty, shouting stride strip. The class groans, grabbing brooms and dusters. Cheol and Mai are paired together, forced to sweep the same aisle. Their forced proximity reignites old tension as they exchange brief, strained glances. This matters because the forced teamwork could either repair their bond or cement the fake couple image. Their hidden feelings surface as the dust settles. Cheol grabs the cleaning brush and swings it across the floor. The bristles make a sharp whish as dust flies. Mai watches, arms crossed, still tense from their earlier argument. The sound cuts the classroom's low murmur, reminding everyone they're still forced to work together.
Cheol shouts, "You little! I told you to be nice to Mai, didn't I?" He swings his arm, striking a nearby bully who had shoved Mai. The impact lands with a loud "pow!" and the bully yelps, "Ah!" The hit silences the chatter, proving Cheol can protect Mai when pushed. Back off, you idiot. Now the classroom erupts, forcing Cheol to face the bully's retaliation. Cheol glares coldly at the bruised bully, his jaw tightening. The stare freezes the room. No one dares to move. His glare signals that any further aggression will meet his full wrath, raising the danger for anyone still targeting Mai. The bully's next move will test Cheol's patience. You feel the sting when Cheol blurts out, "You have feelings? I have feelings too." He says it loud enough for the whole class to hear. Mai glares, her cheeks flushing, because the remark attacks her secret crush. The comment forces everyone to see the tension between them, making their awkward dance impossible to hide. You have feelings? I have feelings too. The class now watches Cheol and Mai like a circus act. Mai slips out of the classroom, glancing down the hallway. She checks every window and corner, making sure no one sees her leaving. She does this because she knows Cheol hates being mocked, and she wants to protect him from more jokes. Cheol's voice rises, his face red. "If that happened at my house, my mom would slap you for days. She'd lock your shoes on forever. You think money grows on trees?" He shouts, slamming his fist on the desk. Mai flinches, her cheeks flushing, while the teacher threatens to punish both. The showdown forces everyone to pick sides, deepening the divide.
You think money grows on trees?
The cleaning order forces Cheol and Mai into a cramped, awkward. A classmate steps forward, pointing at Cheol's newly organized desk. "You sit next to Cheol, right? He's hardworking. I heard you cleaned his room to focus better. Now you have a new chair and a drawer."
Cheol jumps up, startled, his chair screeching. He glares at Mai, then at the mystery bite in his own mouth. He spits it out, shouting, "What the hell is that?" The class erupts in laughter, pointing at his sudden outburst. The humiliation pushes Cheol to distance himself further from Mai. Cheol's anger spikes, and the next move could seal their split. Cheol slams his foot down on the desk, making a loud thud. The desk rattles, papers fly, and the teacher's glare sharpens. Mai flinches, fearing she's the cause. Cheol's aggressive stomp shows he's trying to intimidate the class and hide his embarrassment. It deepens the hostile vibe between them. Cheol shoves Mai's notebook away and growls, "Hey, buzz off." He then mutters, "I shouldn't have believed it in the first place." The harsh words slam into Mai's confidence. She retreats to the back of the class, heart pounding. The confrontation leaves both of them isolated, setting the stage for the upcoming cleaning duty that will force them to work together. "Hey, buzz off. I shouldn't have believed it in the first place." Their forced partnership looms as the teacher announces the classroom cleanup. The teacher assigns the classroom cleanup to Cheol Kim and Hwang Mai. They walk into Cheol's bedroom, the door creaking open. The room is a mountain of clothes, textbooks, and broken toys. Sun Jong approaches, reminding Cheol they also cleaned his room. She points to a stack of books and asks if he still plans to study hard for the entrance exam, recalling his promise of top scores. Cheol frowns, uneasy about the pressure. Sun Jong's reminder forces him to confront his academic anxieties amid the chaos. "You promised to study hard for the exam, remember?" A sudden giggle breaks the tension as they keep working. Someone lets out a nervous giggle, then mutters a short, unclear remark while pushing another box. The laughter lightens the mood briefly, but the unfinished cleaning still looms. The odd comment hints at lingering resentment among the classmates toward Cheol's situation. Cheol stares at the blinking red screen. Mai leans in, eyes fixed on the grainy face that smirks back. The screen flashes warning symbols. Both realize someone from Apple Academy is watching them live. This forces them to consider that the cleaning was a trap, not just junk removal. Their next move could trigger the Watcher's plan. Mai sniffs, wiping a tear from her cheek. Cheol glances at her, eyebrows tightening. He avoids her gaze, pretending nothing matters. Her sniffle shows she's still hurt by the earlier humiliation. It matters because her vulnerability could make her an easier target for the hidden observer. Cheol's denial hints at a secret he won't share yet.
Cheol slams his hand on the locker door, shouting, "It's always in front of me. Oh my God." He points at the glowing red sensor still blinking. The sensor's constant presence reminds him that the school's eyes never leave them. This moment deepens his paranoia about being watched. The sensor's glare forces Cheol to decide whether to hide or fight. Cheol pulls the lever and flushes the nearby sink, water splashing loudly. He huffs, "What the?" as the sound masks a whispered conversation between him and Mai. The flush covers their voices, buying them a brief moment of privacy. This small act buys time before the next teacher steps in. The next two scenes show only reactions. Cheol's eyes dart to the door, calculating an escape. Mai bites her lip, tears welling but not falling. A few classmates whisper, their heads tilted like vultures. The bully smirks, arms crossed, enjoying the discomfort. The atmosphere feels like a pressure cooker ready to burst. Their silent pact will be tested when the locker room door opens. Cheol whispers, "I'd rather die than be embarrassed like this," and his voice cracks. Mai hears him. Her expression softens for a split second before she forces a cold stare back. The bully's laughter echoes, making the hallway feel smaller. Cheol's grip on his bag tightens, his knuckles white.
Mai shoves her body in front of Cheol, barreling through the chaotic hallway as the bully lunges, forcing a narrow escape route that leaves the class stunned. Cheol battles crippling nausea while fearing humiliation, and Mai wrestles with helplessness, realizing their fragile bond teeters between protection and failure. The bully's lingering smirk hints at a deeper scheme, and the mysterious blog link Cheol copies promises a secret aid that could either rescue or trap them. There's a reason the system is acting like this. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari to uncover the truth. She'd become his voice, even as his brother plots their fatal breakup. He tells her to be nice to his brother. She nods, fearing a fight. He repeats the request, stressing the brother's fragile mood. She promises calm, hoping the tension eases. The brother watches, unsure if he'll be provoked. This fragile truce could stop a larger clash. The brothers' next move looms. He urges them to get along. He jokes they should sing together. The suggestion lightens the mood, trying to bind them with a shared activity. If they sing, the awkward distance might shrink. A song could change their dynamic.
Director Park steps onto the balcony above the classroom, his gaze fixed on the humming lockers. He folds his arms, smiling thinly. He whispers to an unseen aide, "The candidates arrive tonight." His approval matters because it signals the program's activation and that higher UPS are already moving pieces. You feel the weight of his stare as he snarls.
Don't act like you know me at all.
The threat hints that Yoon Tae-gyu will test Junwoo before the training even starts. Hwang Mai grabs her bag and rushes out the door. She shouts at Kim Cheol to hurry up because she's already late for school.
Mai shoves the remaining food toward Cheol, saying they need to finish fast. Cheol mumbles an indecipherable excuse but keeps eating. Mai glances at the clock, then yells that they'll be late if they don't hurry. Cheol finally puts down his fork and stands up. The rush matters because being late will give the whole school more gossip about them. Their hurried exit leads to a sudden goodbye at the door. Cheol thanks Mai for the meal, then asks if the slide is already set up for school. He nods, grabs his bag, and heads toward the front door. Mai watches him leave, feeling a mix of relief and disappointment.
Mai's eyes widen as she hears someone actually say, "Crap." Again, louder this time. The voice belongs to a boy she recognizes as Kim Cheol, muttering the word under his breath. The repeated slip confirms his nervousness and hints he's hiding something important. Cheol's uneasy mutter hints he's about to reveal the secret note he slipped earlier. Mai steps back from the hallway door, eyes widening at the cramped. She hears a faint creak from the adjacent apartment, then a soft thud. A shadow moves behind the curtain, but no one appears. The hallway stays silent, heightening her unease. She presses her ear to the door, hoping to catch another sound.
A voice from the back of the crowd announces that everyone heard the mock exam will be brutal. Despite the stress, the students remind each other to give their best because the scores won't count toward final grades. Mai clenches her fists, determined to prove herself even if the result is meaningless. This pushes her to study harder. The pressure builds as the exam date approaches. A senior student steps forward, comparing the mock results to the real entrance test. He explains that the patterns, timing, and difficulty will mirror the upcoming college exam. The younger students exchange worried looks, realizing this practice run could make or break their future plans. Mai feels the stakes rise sharply.
The teacher hands out a massive stack of homework. Huang Mai sighs, then notices that her classmate Mai Soel carries the exact same exercise book. Mai Soel flips it open and shows the answer key. Mai grabs the answers, hoping to finish fast. This gives her a shortcut before the mock exam. This shortcut pushes her toward the cram school offer next. A girl from Mai's group approaches her in the hallway. She shouts, "Hey Mai, you should come to our cram school." Mai snaps back, "No way. Do you even know what we're talking about?" The girl rolls her eyes. "Wow, you're stubborn." The exchange shows Mai rejecting extra help, raising the pressure on her grades. A student whispers that Lucifer, the top student, has turned into a total nerd. Another student mentions that Mai is now a second year, which surprises everyone. The gossip links the mysterious aura of Lucifer to ordinary school life and hints at hidden power. This matters because it foreshadows a deeper conflict involving Lucifer's influence. The school's intercom crackles, signaling the end of the morning rush. The intercom blares MPH, and a loud ding-ding rings, announcing the next period. Students scramble to their classes, backpacks thudding on the floor. The bell forces everyone to move, ending the brief calm. This matters because it pushes the characters into the next setting where new tensions will unfold. A whispering voice declares, "Lucifer premonitions never wrong." The claim ripples through the students, linking the mysterious top student to every strange event. The statement fuels fear and curiosity, making the school's rumor mill spin faster. The next scene brings a personal jab at Cheol's height. A girl shouts, "It is you! Hey, good to see you. Beeksh Middle School, you're freaking tall. It makes me feel bad." Cheol flinches, then mutters the line to himself each time the comment repeats. His self-talk shows he's trying to hide embarrassment. This matters because his insecurity fuels his avoidance of Mai. Cheol soon gets advice to shut out the chatter. A voice from the hallway calls out, "Be other high schooners too, and some people from Go-Gur Yeo Middle School. What do you say?" Another replies, "Just walk past them. Mind it going. Turn." The exchange signals a plan to avoid a rival group from another school. It shows the students are gearing up for a confrontation that could involve Cheol and Mai. The rival group is about to make their move. Hwang Mai tells Kim Cheol that the upcoming event will have a lot of people, including pretty girls. She warns him not to get distracted and to stay focused. Cheol sighs and tries to calm her, saying the outcome won't change because of the crowd.
Cheol hesitates, saying, while looking at the crowded hallway. He avoids answering anyone's question, his silence creating more speculation. This matters because his uncertainty makes classmates wonder if he's hiding something. Everyone waits for his next move. A student asks Cheol, "I was just what?" confusing him further. Cheol stutters, unable to clarify his earlier statement. This matters because his vague reply adds to the mystery surrounding his behavior. The crowd leans in, hungry for a clearer answer. A sudden shout of "Oh" echoes, followed by a garbled "R" from another student, breaking the tense silence. The odd noises distract the onlookers and momentarily halt the argument.
Mai hands the collected cash to the class rep at the school gate. The rep counts the bills, nods, and hands her a sealed envelope. Mai pockets the envelope, glances at her watch, and hurries toward her locker. This payment secures her share of the comic fund and keeps the group on schedule. The locker door slams open. Kim Cheol steps inside, arms crossed, eyes fixed on Mai. He drops his bag, pulls out a folded note, and slides it onto the locker shelf. Cheol avoids eye contact, trying to hide his nervousness. This note may reveal why he's suddenly distant. Mai reads the note, her expression tightening.
Mai thrusts the collected cash into the class rep's hands, receives a sealed envelope, then watches as Kim Cheol slides a threatening note onto her locker, demanding an extra $10 and an after-school meeting. Mai feels her fragile pride crumble as the extra demand forces her to sacrifice another personal item, deepening her loneliness while the looming debt tightens its grip on her already strained future. Whispers explode across the courtyard as Lee Soo-yeon repeats the rumor that Lucifer alone intimidates the high school bullies, leaving everyone to wonder whether his terrifying aura will finally intervene in Mai's desperate plight. The story's about to escalate in a way that changes the entire series. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and stay tuned. Lucifer's punch shatters the schoolyard, and love bleeds into every scream. The courtyard buzzes with students. A group of high school bullies swagger toward the middle school area. Rumors about Lucifer spread like fire. Everyone watches, waiting for something to explode.
Stay back, you idiots.
The bullies' next move will test Lucifer's reputation. Two middle school kids argue loudly, giggling while shoving each other. Their bickering draws glances from nearby students. The tension rises as the argument escalates.
Quit it, you losers.
Their squabble catches Lucifer's eye, pulling him into the scene. A student points toward Lucifer, shouting that the bullies are high schoolers. The crowd murmurs, confirming the bully's senior status.
A student shouts he's amazing, marveling at the spectacle. Another snorts, "How's that amazing?" questioning the hype. Lucifer smirks, ignoring the chatter, while onlookers debate his legend. Their debate fuels the growing myth that surrounds him, affecting how classmates treat him.
He's amazing.
How's that amazing?
The gossip circles back to me, who wonders if she can finally change desks. E mutters, "Ugh, you must really want to change your desk, mate," glancing at Lucifer's empty spot. Lucifer, still standing, replies coldly, "Huh?" His brief answer leaves the crowd confused but intrigued, hinting at a possible shift in their uneasy relationship. This exchange could spark a new alliance or deeper conflict. Lucifer pulls out a stack of practice exams, spreading them on his desk. He mutters about needing to keep up his grades, despite his reputation. A nearby student asks what the papers are for, and he replies that they're for upcoming tests. The scene shows the tough guy trying to survive ordinary school pressure, setting up a clash between his violent image and daily life. The upcoming class test may force Lucifer into another unexpected confrontation. A classmate laughs, saying the study material isn't as hard as it seems. He flips through the pages, finding the answers easier than expected. Lucifer watches, his expression softening a bit as he realizes he can actually handle the work.
The bullies lunge forward, fists raised, while Lucifer raises his hand, ready to strike. Liv steps back, eyes wide, watching the clash unfold. The confrontation will decide whether Lucifer can keep his lone wolf image or be forced into a new alliance. The fight's outcome will shape Lucifer's standing with his classmates. Lucifer spins his body sharply, aligning his back toward the moon visible through the broken window. The moonlight catches the scar on his cheek, making it glint. He pauses, breathing heavy, as the hallway lights flicker. The moment draws the attention of a nearby student who watches, unsure if Lucifer is about to act. This pause hints he might use the moonlight to his advantage.
The squeak becomes the catalyst for his next move, forcing the bullies to choose between backing off or facing him. The chaos cements his Lucifer nickname and shows the bullies they can't outmatch him. Next, the teacher's reaction to Lucifer's violence will raise the stakes for everyone. The school hallway buzzes. Huang Mai stares at Kim Cheol, wondering why his eyes flicker like static. She mutters, "What in the world is going on inside your head?" The phrase echoes as a caption reading, "After school lessons for Unripe Apples," flashes above the lockers. The question hints that Cheol's mind is a battlefield, and Mai's curiosity pushes her to dig deeper into his mysterious aura. A student huffs, shoulders heaving, then darts forward through the hallway. The rush draws startled glances from nearby kids. He slams into a locker, causing it to wobble. The sudden movement unsettles a group of seniors nearby, who step back. This burst shows his volatile energy and hints that something is about to explode. The next scene let the sound of his entrance speak for itself. The hallway echoes with a sharp yap as a door creaks open. The noise draws the attention of a passing teacher, who pauses mid-step. A few younger students glance toward the source, curious but hesitant. The odd sound marks the beginning of a confrontation zone. Some classmates whisper that calling him Lucifer is easier than using Kim Cheol. They avoid his real name out of fear or respect. The narrator notes the comment just done, implying the rumor is already accepted school-wide. This avoidance deepens his isolation and makes his identity a symbol rather than a person. Soon, older students try to test his resolve directly. A group of high schoolers blocks Lucifer's path, chat him up. He glares at them, his eyes cold and unmoving. The bullies can't form a single word. They freeze under his stare. Their silence shows that even older students respect or fear his reputation. This moment proves his intimidation works across ages.
Lucifer Kim storms the hallway, fists blazing, and shatters the bully squad in seconds, his scar flashing like a warning flag. Whispers ripple, Lucifer just earned his legend. Mai watches, heart thudding, wondering if swapping desks could tame the nightmare. The teachers stare, notebook pens poised, fearing the next inevitable clash. Lucifer Kim storms the hallway, fists blazing as a horde of bullies swarms his locker. He shatters their formation with a single bone-crunching spin, the scar from Goguryeo flashing in the fluorescent glare. Whispers erupt. Lucifer, they mutter. While Mai watches, heart thudding, wondering if swapping seats could ever pierce his solitary armor.
Lucifer reaches the intersection of the main hallway and the stairwell, where a group of high school bullies blocks the path, smirking and cracking their knuckles. He stops, lifts a gloved hand, and the bullies freeze, eyes widening. Without a word, Lucifer spins, delivering a swift, crushing blow that sends the nearest bully sprawling into a locker. The remaining bullies stumble back, panic rising. This decisive attack reasserts his Lucifer reputation and clears his route.
You chose the wrong hallway.
The fallen bully's leader snarls, promising retaliation as the stairwell doors begin to close. Lucifer steps into the side corridor after the locker clash. Liv presses on, demanding answers. She asks, "Why do you keep bothering him? Aren't you afraid of him?" She then adds, "When did I? Beat me. Beat. Don't you feel anything after you saw him nearly get into a fight with those high schoolers?" The crowd gasps, sensing the tension between fear and curiosity. This matters because it reveals how much the students fear Lucifer's past fights.
Why do you keep bothering him? Aren't you afraid of him? Beat me, beat. Don't you feel anything after you saw him nearly get into a fight with those high schoolers?
A teacher steps forward, ready to intervene, while Lucifer remains unmoved.
The hallway erupts with snickering as students mock the new middle schooners. Kim Cheol rolls his eyes, mutters a half-laugh, then shrugs it off. Huang Mai watches, uneasy, because the teasing threatens to expose Cheol's fragile reputation. Their classmates start whispering louder, forcing Cheol to keep his guard up. The gossip spreads, and the next hallway clash looms. A stern dean steps in, demanding order. He slaps a warning on Cheol's file for disturbing the peace. Cheol grits his teeth, refuses to apologize, and the dean glares, promising stricter surveillance. This matters because the warning tightens the school's watch over Cheol, limiting his movements. Cheol now faces the dean's next move.
Lucifer turns his head sharply and shouts, "Hey, Sheol," at the nearest senior, calling him by a nickname that stings. The senior flinches, stepping back, his confidence shaken. This matters because Lucifer's direct insult shows he's willing to confront the bullies head-on.
Hey, Sheol.
The senior's reaction could spark a full-scale brawl. A third-year student steps forward, smiling, and says, "This is the first time running into you as a third year. It's nice to see you." The comment catches Lucifer off guard, softening the moment briefly. Another voice mutters "Jid" in the background, a cryptic jab from a distant observer. This matters because the unexpected greeting hints at possible alliances forming around Lucifer. The scene shows the hallway littered with overturned lockers and broken glass. Dust drifts down as a lone locker door hangs ajar, creaking slowly. A stray notebook slides across the floor, landing near a frightened freshman. The scene emphasizes the mess Lucifer's fight left behind and hints that someone might use the chaos to their advantage. A towering bully steps forward, smirking at Lucifer. He waves his hand dismissively, shouting that Lucifer should act like he doesn't know him. The bully then calls Lucifer a jerk, trying to provoke a reaction. The insult fuels the tension, forcing Lucifer to decide whether to engage or stay silent, affecting the hallway's power balance.
The hallway erupts in a clash. A locker crashes onto the floor, shards scattering. One bully yells, "What the? Shot!" and stumbles back, hitting his head. Another student laughs nervously, then scrambles to help the injured. The crash matters because it physically disables the leading bully, giving Lucifer a clear advantage. A sudden scream erupts as something drops on the floor. Lucifer yells, "Aya!" while a nearby student scrambles, eyes wide, shouting, "Where did it go?" The hallway erupts in confusion, people turning toward the noise. The chaos draws more onlookers, giving Lucifer a chance to slip away unnoticed.
Aya.
Where did it go?
The dropped item may become a clue for the bullies later. Lucifer shatters the hallway chaos, slamming a bully into lockers, then hurling a lone wooden board that screams, "Come to mama!" while a student streams a desperate assistance blog on their phone. The freshman clings to life, saved by Lucifer's brutal shield. While the seniors watch, their looming threat tightens around the school, forcing the victims to question whether any safety truly remains. The board rolls toward the stairwell, the seniors' eyes lock on its path, and the blog's cryptic instructions flicker, leaving everyone wondering what dark force will answer the call next. Giving you the best Manhwa content is my job. Hitting that subscribe button is yours. Welcome to Manhwa with Hari. You hear a scream, then a crash, glass shattering, metal banging. Everyone bolts toward the hallway. Baek Joo-hyun dashes ahead, slipping on spilled juice. Lee Se-ra pushes a falling locker back upright. The noise signals a dangerous breach that could expose the secret academy. Clear the exit now. Baek Joo-hyun's speed will be tested when the insect appears. A panicked voice shouts, "Come to mama!" as a buzzing insect darts past the crowd. Park Jun-soo yells, "Zoom! It's going!" and flicks a gadget that emits a bright pulse, trying to trap the creature. The insect threatens to carry a hidden toxin into the class.
Sparks crackle around Jin-seop as he darts between lockers, his grin daring the crowd. Mia lunges, matching his speed, and their hands brush, igniting a flush of heat that silences the buzzing hallway. Yunhui watches, jaw clenched, fists trembling, while whispers coil around the open doorway like smoke. Across the room, Baek Joo-hyun spots a flickering monitor, his pulse syncing with the sudden alarm that signals the insect's return.
A rowdy student in a bright hat shouts, "My slipper fell off!" The comment distracts the already tense crowd. The teacher sighs, picking up the slipper and tossing it to the student. The moment eases tension, but the underlying danger remains.
A small girl lunges, shouting, "Af! I'll catch it for you." She snaps the insect with a swift swipe. Lee Se-ra laughs, saying, "She's so good for a little girl." Cheol freaks at anything with more than 2 legs. Act your size. Cheol flinches, eyes wide, backing away from the still glowing bug. The rest of the class watches, half amused, half nervous. The capture buys them a few seconds before the insect's residue fizzles.
Af. I'll catch it for you.
The residue's faint glow hints at a hidden message on the wall. The girl giggles, tossing the trapped insect into a glass jar. The jar spins, the light intensifies, and the device emits a sharp pulse. The pulse hits the tome lying nearby, cracking its cover. The damaged tome releases a burst of energy that knocks several students back. The broken tome hints that their knowledge base is under attack. The shattered tome may hide a secret that the Black Orchid will exploit next.
Baek Joo-hyun darts after the rogue beetle, boots skidding across the polished floor as laughter erupts. Lee Se-ra whips a makeshift net, snaring the insect just as Yunhui shoves Cheol, sparks flying between them. Mia's breath catches when Jin-seop strides in, eyes glowing like ember, and Yunui's clenched jaw betrays a jealous flare.
Cheol yells jerk at the bullying bully, his voice echoing. A nearby student splashes water on the floor, the sound tisk punctuating the moment. The splash distracts the crowd, giving Cheol a brief opening. The small act shows someone is willing to push back. The water splash could turn the fight's tide. A buzzing insect darts past the desk, making a busy noise. Juhyun watches, bored, a sniffle escaping his nose. The insect's irritation mirrors the class's fatigue. The boredom threatens to let the threat slip away unnoticed. The buzzing may still hide a bigger danger. The insect lands with a soft arm. Then a low growl rumbles as it feeds. A sudden shout erupts from the courtyard. Cheol and Mia hear someone yell, "Who? Good idea. Come out now." The announcement invites the two to the main event, promising that even their parents will join the dance. Cheol grins, Mia blinks, and both scramble to change. The invitation gives them a brief break from the insect threat and hints at a hidden gathering. Their sudden outing may let the buzzing menace slip through unnoticed.
Laughter erupts as Junsu detonates a flashbang, momentarily blinding the rogue insect that swarms the hallway. Saara darts forward, swings her tactical baton, and shatters the creature's wing with a crack that echoes off lockers.
Park Junsu points at the sky and says, "Jin Copmo." The comment draws everyone's eyes upward, spotting a figure descending. Recognizing Jin Seop's arrival raises the stakes, because his reputation can shift the balance of power. Jin Seop's presence promises a clash with the Black Orchid soon. The crowd watches as Jin Seop lands, age tag, flashing beside his name, and a bright sparkle aura surrounds him. He stands calmly, his aura hinting at formidable power. His arrival means the upcoming fight will be more than a simple insect hunt. Jin Seop's next move could reveal the hidden agenda of Director Kwon. Jin Seop steps into the schoolyard. The camera pans over the bustling corridor. Students bump into each other, papers scatter, and a loud crash echoes from the science lab. No dialogue appears, just frantic movement as everyone scrambles to see what caused the noise. This chaos sets the stage for the looming showdown. A sudden clash is about to break the school's calm. Yoonhui grabs a flyer about a historic marriage tradition and reads it aloud, joking that they'd have to marry if it were real. He laughs, then blurts out a weird line about a 14th-19th century Korean experience, confusing everyone. Saara rolls her eyes and yells, "Buy a lottery ticket," trying to change the subject.
The room quiets again as everyone waits. A soft drifts from the back row, where the quiet rookie, Cheol, watches the scene. His muted response hints he's processing the tension, possibly preparing his own move. Cheol's watchful stare suggests he might act when the next crisis hits. A student grabs the buzzing insect and tries to box it. He mutters that it's not his job to catch it. His complaint shows the group's frustration with the sudden pest invasion. This moment forces everyone to focus on the immediate threat. Whatever, it's not like he asked me to catch it. The insect's escape pushes the class toward the hallway. The newcomer spits back, eyes narrowed. "Not going. What did you just say?" The rest of the class freezes, unsure if a fight will erupt. This refusal matters. It shows the student won't be easily recruited by the rival group.
Not going. What did you just say?
The tension spikes as the rival leader watches closely. A shadowy figure steps out from the hallway's end, shouting, "Lucifer, I'm keeping an eye on you." Vroom! He brandishes a concealed device that emits a low hum. The insect, flashing red. This action matters because it could expose the insect's true nature and weaponize it.
Lucifer. I'm keeping an eye on you. Vroom.
The camera pulls back, showing the chaotic classroom. Papers flutter. The rogue insect buzzes near the windows. Students scramble, some diving under desks, others waving hands to shoo it away. The mess from earlier still litters the floor, making movement clumsy. The insect's frantic flight raises the tension as everyone tries to avoid getting stung. This sets the stage for the looming showdown with the pest. The insect darts toward the teacher's desk, and Joo-hyun spots its next move. The view zooms in on the insect as it lands on a stack of textbooks. Its wings thrum loudly, shaking the pile. Joo-hyun leans forward, eyes narrowing, ready to act.
Amid the turmoil, a sleepy teenager slumps onto a chair and lets out a soft zzz. It's Miare, exhausted from previous training, finally succumbing to fatigue. Her sudden sleep draws a gasp from Joo-hyun, who worries the monster might strike while she's vulnerable. Her unconscious state becomes a ticking clock for the group. The next moment, a new threat emerges from the shadows. The camera pulls back to show the classroom in disarray. Overturned chairs, scattered notes, and the insect finally trapped in Seore's net. Joo-hyun stands over the sleeping Miare, his eyes scanning the room for more danger. The brief victory buys the class minutes, but the lingering buzz hints the battle isn't over.
Joo-hyun lunges, seizing the buzzing insect as Seore slams her improvised net shut, while a mysterious device flashes on the desk, its unknown screen lighting the chaos. Joo-hyun feels his heart tighten, fearing Mire's exhaustion leaves her vulnerable and realizing his protectiveness may cost him the chance to confront Yoonwee's looming threat. The tablet blinks, displaying a cryptic URL that promises answers. But before anyone clicks, the classroom lights flicker and a distant roar echoes, hinting danger approaches.